How can I help you?
Hey, I'm staying there right now. Just had some questions about what I'm allowed to do right now.
Sure. So who am I speaking to again?
This is Cameron, but I'm not sure if I'm the one who's I'm not sure if I'm the one who's here on paper, but yeah, I just had some questions about how many people I'm allowed to have over here, like staying with me.
Okay. What site number are you at?
I'm not sure. I have to ask. I don't. So basically, I basically just need to know if this is allowed. I'm trying to host like a volunteer nonprofit thing. I'm gonna have like a lot of people staying with me. Protesters. We've got like a No Kings anti-ICE thing going on. We're just gonna have like 10 or 12 protesters staying in here.
Okay. So I'm not sure that you have the right campground. Is the only thing as far as that goes. Because I don't think I have anyone on the campground by the name of Cameron as far as that goes.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Site.
I think I'm not supposed to be here technically. I'm staying with I'm like I guess a roommate. They're renting it out to me.
Okay. Okay, and who is that?
I call him C. I'm not sure if he's what that stands for exactly. Like CJ. Is there like a junior or something?
I'm just trying to see if you're calling the correct campground. Is all.
Yeah. Well, there's already like 5 of us in here right now. We've just kind of been preparing. It's like a safe house for protesters.
Okay.
We're just gonna group up here.
Okay. I really don't think you have contacted the correct campground as far as that goes. And here, let me explain the reason why. Our guests that stay here are supposed to contact me anytime they have someone outside of who is on the contract stay with them.
Yeah, we broke the rules.
As far as that goes.
I think.
And also, any of the guests have to be gone off of the campground by 10 p.m. With that, as far as that goes. So, in other words, if you are staying at a site, you are potentially causing that individual to lose their site moving forward. And so with that being said, if you are indeed on our campground, then no, you would not be allowed to have any more individuals come and stay in the camper.
Okay.
Because that would be against the month-to-month agreement. If you are indeed on our campground versus a different one, you are already in violation of the month-to-month agreement, since the individual who has the agreement has not informed me.
Don't worry, I'm paying them rent.
So,
this guy's having me pay him rent, so don't worry. It's all legit. I'm just giving him money.
Okay, I'm not worried about it being legit as far as that goes. I'm worried about the fact that no one has informed me that there are additional members staying in a camper to let me know who is supposed to be there and who's not supposed to be there. That's the reason why I'm asking, are you sure you've contacted the correct campground? That's why I really need to know who exactly is the one who has that agreement in place.
It's right. I mean, that's the number that I called. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. And then what side are you at?
I guess like I'm like a little distance in from the entrance. I don't know if I'm like north or something, but I don't know. I mean, we've already got. See, the problem is we already have 10 protesters on the way. So they're gonna need to stay in here with us, because otherwise, I mean, do you have a problem with the politics?
No, it doesn't have anything. I'm not against your politics as far as that goes. I'm just just a little upset at the fact that I was not informed at extra individuals being on the park, because that was in the agreement. So if the person who originally created the agreement, they would have signed off on that, knowing that they're supposed to let me know whenever they have additional guests staying with them. That's what I'm upset about, as far as that goes. And then the fact that you are now telling me that there are 5 people in a camper and you're about to have 10 additional people in a camper, that poses an issue.
I mean,
so 15 people at one side poses an issue.
Well, it's not like, we're going to be using up extra resources. I mean, some of these guys throw trash everywhere. We'd probably have, like, some parties. I was also, can I, like, I don't know, what's the limit if we did, like, get this all figured out? Like, can I have 10 people here? Can I have 15?
If you're on the grounds, I'm in the office currently. I'd like for you to come talk to me, please.
Okay, well,
instead of on the phone.
I've been smoking marijuana, so I'm a little nervous.
As you should be. Also, I'll need to speak to the person that has the actual agreement in place, too. I'll need them to come and talk to me as well.
That's CJ.
Okay, I don't have anyone under the name of CJ.
Is there like a someone junior? Does anybody have like a junior at the end of their name?
I don't think I have a junior.
I don't know. Well, this guy is sketchy. I don't know what his deal is. I'm just paying to sleep here. I'm giving him a bunch of money to stay here right now.
Right, and sorry that it's, that way for you as far as that goes. I mean, obviously you're wanting a spot to stay. I don't have a junior on the park, nor do I have anyone that goes by the name of CJ on the park. But if you are indeed on the park, I do need to converse with you as far as that goes.
Okay, yeah, because we're probably going to have like 15 people in this trailer by the end of the day.
Yeah, say that's an issue. So.
Well, I mean,
are you positive that you are calling the Rut Park?
Yeah, I looked up the number for Casper East, and this is what I got.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and come up to the office then if you're here and talk to me, because I need to know.
I don't want to. I don't,
Okay, well then unfortunately you are trespassing, and I will have to get the police involved.
Why would you call the police just because I want to have some protests? You know about freedom of speech. I mean, what are we doing?
I know very much about freedom of speech, but I also know that this is a private company business.
I think you sound like a fascist.
And that the individual that you are staying with has breached their agreement, and due to that, they will have faulted their agreement and they will need to leave.
I would consider, I don't know, I think this is fascist sympathy. We're trying to get some protesters out here to make a difference.
Not at all.
And you guys are kicking me out.
Has nothing to do with protesters. Has everything to do with the fact that the initial agreement has been broken, especially since I was not informed of additional guests. So that's the issue. It has nothing to do with you protesting. It has nothing to do with if you had guests come and visit at the park. All those guests would have to be gone by 10 p.m. is the thing.
Oh, no, we're going to be spending the night. They're going to be spending the night here. We have protests to go to all around. We're all going to be spending the night here and hanging out and having a party. And I think just because of this, I might litter. I might just leave trash bags out, and I don't know if there's a bear problem, but this is just fascism.
Sir, it has nothing to do with your protest. It is business-based, sir. This is considered private property, and when you've gone against your agreement, it would be the same as if you were in an apartment building. When you go against the agreement, you possibly face eviction. That's the bottom line. Has nothing to do with what you stand for.
But is there a rule against protests? I don't understand.
There is not a rule against protests, but there is a rule against having additional guests staying with you without informing.
Well, now you've been informed, so it's all good. They can all come over. I just wanted to let you know.
I appreciate you trying to do the responsible thing as far as letting us know. The problem is we were not informed on the front end. And so now you're telling me that there will be additional guests without consent.
Yeah, they're going to be here in like an hour.
Which could lead to the cops being called. So I just want you to be prepared for that.
I just don't understand what law is being broken.
It's trespassing, sir. It's considered trespassing.
But I live here.
Private property.
I live here.
No, sir, you don't, because you are not on the month-to-month agreement.
But I pay my rent to CJ.
No, you would pay to him, which is also against the agreement.
Oh yeah, he's renting it out to all of us.
Has to be on the agreement.
We're all paying him, and he's paying you guys. He's got like five. He's got all five of us here.
And do you each have a vehicle?
No, I mean I'm still on parole. I'm not allowed to drive.
Okay. So he really needs to contact us as far as that goes. Obviously, you have stated that you don't want to make an appearance, and I understand. But I do need to speak to the individual who made the original reservation.
Well, when like their van full of protesters pulls up, I guess they can explain it. I mean, if you guys don't allow this, then we're just gonna like smuggle them in here because they need a place to stay, and we need to prepare our signs and stuff. We need to prepare everything for the protests. We went to the Motel 6 originally, but, wherever that was, but they kicked us out because we flooded the room just because we were leaving water running constantly. So, now we're just stuck here. Believe me, I don't want to. This place is like the hood. This is sketchy. I don't want to be here either.
Well, you're free to leave.
Well, I'm not gonna leave. I'm paying my rent. I'm staying here.
Okay. So once again, I do need to speak to, if you'll have the individual stop by the office, I do need to speak to the one that's, the one that has the contract, the lease, the agreement.
I think we're going to invoke squatters' rights and stay here.
Unfortunately, you can't do that in a campground.
It's squatters' rights. We're sovereign.
No. Within the campground, you cannot do that. The only thing that you can do is you can do that within a camper.
Well, you don't know the law.
We would then have. Yes, sir, I do.
No, you don't, because you don't know about being a squatter. You don't know squatters' rights.
Yes, sir, I do. So with that being said, in that case, then the camper itself would be evicted. If it was not evicted in time, it would then be impounded. You're going to impound where I'm sleeping just because we're trying to get a protest going to save America. No, sir, has nothing to do about your protest. It has nothing to do about your affiliation as far as that goes. It has everything to do with the fact that the agreement. Well, what if I posted about this in my Black Lives Matter Facebook group and everyone knew
how anti-protest you guys are, how anti-free speech you are.
Sir, it has nothing to do. Sir, has
Everyone's
nothing
gonna
to do
be
with your protest.
everyone's gonna be calling you up to tell you how they feel.
Sir, it has nothing to do with your protest, nor does it have anything to do with your affiliations. It has everything to do with the fact that your agreement was broken, or the person who has the agreement, they have broken that agreement.
There's gonna be 15 of us all staying here.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this phone call.
Yeah, I bet you would. You're scared.
As far as that goes.
You can't control
I
us.
am not
We're
scared,
gonna do
sir.
what we want to do. We can do anything.
Okay, I'm not.
You can't kick me out.
I'm going to go ahead and. So I'm going to go ahead and end this phone call.
Why?
Do please inform the person that has the
He's not. I'm gonna.
agreement.
I'm gonna tell him not to.
And
He's gonna be like, hey, someone tried to ask me if I'm renting this out, and I'd be like, nah, don't do it. That lady at the desk was just a total bitch to me.
all right, sir. I'm going to go ahead and hang up and end this conversation.
Why? See, this is
I wish you
evasive.
the
I
best
just
for your
wanted to.
protest.
I just wanted to, just get this set up, and this has just been really terrible customer service.
Listen, sir.
I'm gonna be rating this
appreciate
1
your
star.
honesty. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you letting us know that more individuals are coming. I do appreciate your honesty in that. But I also realize that this conversation is going nowhere because you refuse to hear my end of the conversation.
I think you
So I'm
refuse
gonna go
to
ahead
hear.
and end this
You refuse to
conversation.
hear my end. You're just being
Sir,
a total
I have heard
bitch to
your end of
me.
the conversation. I have heard the end of your conversation, and I've tried to inform you that you are indeed in violation of the agreement.
But I
which
pay
you
rent.
refuse to.
I pay rent. How is
I
that?
understand that you pay rent to an individual who is the one who has the agreement. That agreement has since been obviously is null now due to the breaking of that agreement, and there's really nowhere else that this conversation can go except for in circles.
Well, I'm gonna have Chad pour antifreeze and motor oil all over the place. We're gonna be brake fluid. Just yeah, and I'm gonna tell everyone I know not to go here, except for this protest, because we do need 15 people in here. Maybe more if some people bring. I don't know how much room we physically have in here. Some people might need to sleep outside of it or in the bathrooms or something, but. I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom and just leave the water running. Because, I mean, this is just, like, unbelievable customer service.
Sir, I'm going to go ahead and end this conversation. Hopefully, I hope you're able to have a wonderful day.
You don't mean that.
I do, actually. I do want you to have a wonderful day.
You just don't want me to pour motor oil and antifreeze everywhere.
No, listen, look, you've already made some pretty open threats, as far as that goes.
That's not a threat. I mean, you know, I'm not threatening you. I'm just threatening the environment. You know, I would never threaten someone. But, you know, I mean, I'm just very, very unhappy that you guys aren't allowing protesters into the park.
Sir, it has nothing to do with protesters. It has everything to do with the fact that we only allow so many people per site, and the agreement clearly states that if guests are to come, or additional people, that we are to be informed, and that has not happened.
But see, the thing is, like, everything was fine. You didn't even have a problem with me paying rent until there were 15 Black Lives Matter protesters here. That's
Sir,
just
it has
like I'm
nothing to
reading
do
in
with your
between the
protest.
lines. So you keep
Sir, it has
saying that, but
nothing
then
to do with your protest.
I use subtext.
I didn't mean, listen, if you are indeed on this campground and not a different one, I was not even informed that someone outside of the person who created the agreement was paying for the rent. So there was just a miscommunication, obviously. And then I appreciate you being honest about there being additional people on the grounds. I do. But I do need to speak with the person who has the agreement in place so that they can be informed that they have indeed broken that agreement. So I'm going to go ahead and end this conversation. I've stated that information multiple times to you.
But you're not.
So I'm going to go ahead and end
you're
the
not
conversation.
accepting what I have to say is the problem. Like, this is a big.
Sir, I have accepted what you.
No,
I
you
have
haven't
accepted what you
accepted
had
it,
to
because
say.
I still-
You expect 10 to 15. You expect 10 to 15 additional people to come onto the park, so that you can prepare for your protest starting in the morning at different locations for the No King protest. And that you wanted to inform us. That way when people showed up, that we would know what was going on. So I did hear your side of the story.
But
And
you're
then
not
I also
allowing
went on
it
to let
because-
you know that that was not acceptable. And when I let you know that that was not acceptable,
But see, that's-
you continued to tell me that I was fascist. You also told me that you were going to flood the bathrooms. You told me that you were going to pull in motor oil as well as bags of trash.
Indeed it is.
You were going to pull our antifreeze as well as other chemicals onto the ground because I am not agreeing with allowing that many people out of sight because that is against our policy.
But see, the thing is, what you didn't understand was what I said about free speech, squatters' rights, property, Marxism.
Sir,
You didn't understand
squatters'
this.
rights within a campground are different than squatters' rights within a house or on private property. As far as someone owning a house or owning a property, it changes when you go into a business. As far as a campground, those squatters' rights then change. So as far as that goes, squatters' rights can only be claimed within the camper itself. After that, that person can then be evicted, which you could still claim squatters' rights within the camper itself, but if it is impounded or sent elsewhere, that would be where you would have to claim your rights. So those rights do change.
But I think moving the trailer effectively is like foreclosing my house just because I'm trying to sleep somewhere. You know, you're talking about making people homeless just because of their political opinions, and you say you're not a fascist.
Technically, you would not be homeless if you had a camper, even if it was a Walmart parking lot. You would not be considered homeless.
But what are we gonna sleep in
because you would have a home.
Sleep in the impound? Like, it's over. That, this guy doesn't have much money. I don't think. It's just the money we give him, and I'm just kind of. Sometimes I'm just giving him my food stamps. This is just a very delicate situation, and you're threatening all of the. We have POCs. Some of us are queer. We have a trans person. And I just kind of feel like this is targeted.
Okay, I wouldn't have even known that information, sir, if you wouldn't have just given that, so you can't use that as far as that goes. As far as your affiliation, I would not have known that, so you cannot use that.
Are transgender people allowed to stay in the park?
If they had agreements.
Can they use
if they had...
Can they use the women's bathrooms and stuff? Or whatever?
We don't have bathrooms designated out for just women.
Oh, oh, okay. Oh, that's perfect. You have unisex bathrooms. Okay. Well,
yes.
I appreciate
that, at
least.
In this conversation, you have a wonderful day. I do actually hope that you have a wonderful day, but I am going to hang up because I have other guests.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to have a wonderful day when my free speech is being violated, when there's targeting. I don't know.
Okay. Well, then sir, have the day you have.
Also,
Is that better?
I've been flying my drone around here also, and kind of peeking in windows and stuff, and someone was just sitting there naked. Like, I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but this guy was just... this guy's just, like, sitting naked in his trailer.
Okay.
And I've been flying my drone around. and just kind of looking in people's windows a lot, and I just think that there's a lot of things being violated here. So you have a problem with having
Sure, sir.
15
So
people?
what anyone does within their camper is their own business as far as that goes. And what you see flying drones, you've set yourself up for that as far as that goes. If you're peeking into people's spaces, that is a breach of privacy. So,
I don't...
I am going to...
I don't sit around naked. I mean,
Sir, I'm going to end this conversation now. It has gotten way far from the original intent of the phone call.
Am I allowed to look through people's windows?
Have the best day that you can have. I am ending this conversation, sir.
Am I allowed to look through people's windows, though? Dude, I think she was trying to hang up for like 15 minutes.